Yo, Hideyuki here, the Rebelling Rose, the messenger of facts, the one born to be berserk, returning with another excellent video. Today we're going to be doing another discussion video talking about the problem with new gen manga, quote unquote. And yeah, I mean, the main problem with this is new gen manga are being hyped left and right for no reason. A lot of them just get hyped just to get on the chopping block and die immediately. You know, they have no longevity. You know, a lot of them have their little moment of success. It ends, everyone forgets about it. They try to come out with a sequel or a spin-off, and then that dies immediately, gets canceled, gets axed off, and then we never hear from that again. And I'm like, what happened to all that hype? What happened to making a manga that you're actually going to talk about for years and years to come? But we don't get that with these new series, man. Now, there's some exceptions, of course. You know, like Chainsaw Man is an incredible new gen manga. I mean, holy fuck, man. That's an incredible manga. Part 1 only, though, not part 2. Not that bitch-ass part 2. But part 1, good shit right there. So you have Chainsaw Man as your exception, right? Dead Rock is another exception. That's a pretty cool series. Komodo is another exception. I can go on and on. There's tons of great new manga coming out that actually are somewhat competent. But the ones like My Hero and Jujutsu Kaisen and that modular garbage. Super's another good example. Demon Slayer, Spy Family, Kagurabachi Kaiju number 8, Don Da Don. All of these series just have nothing going for themselves. That's what they have in common. You know, the losers hype them up, and then they get forgotten about. They just are forgotten about over time. People don't remember these series. They don't have the same weight or impact. You know, and you're probably thinking, oh, but that's unfair, man. You know, they can't be like their predecessors. No, you're right. They shouldn't be like their predecessors. They should be even greater because this is a new gen. We got new standards now. You should be going above and beyond. You're supposed to surpass the old gen. But you guys are barely even keeping up with it. So they ain't no excuse, motherfucker. They ain't no excuse. So let's just get that clear out the way for losers crying about that. But yeah, back to what I was saying. New gen manga, right? Yeah, man. I mean, these series are just such a joke. Another thing I really can't stand with new gen manga is just the premise. It's when you really look at the premise of some of these series like Don Da Don and Gotcha Kuda, oh my, holy fuck, the story is really about fucking trash. Like, really about trash monsters and trash powers. I'm like, how much more garbage can you be? How brain dead can you be to write that way? You know, you look at Don Da Don, and Don Da Don doesn't even have a story. It's just a bunch of hype and fights every 2 seconds. And this little romance going on. And of course, the corny backstories in One Piece style. And that's all it has going for it. But it doesn't have no structure, no story. It's just, let's just draw pretty art and fuck the story. Literally. You know. But these editors let these mangaka just do whatever the fuck they want. And they don't be checking on them, man. They don't be checking that mental and saying, hey, are you good? Are you good, man? Are you good for today? Do you need anything? And I'm like, no, man. I can keep going, man. I can keep drawing. Oh, man, I'm so excited. Yeah. And I'm like, you know, as an editor, you're supposed to manage your talent. You're supposed to manage your mangaka. And when you let them go off the rails and just do bullshit, it's going to backfire. You know, it may be successful for a little bit, for that short period of time. But eventually you're going to come to realize, like, holy fuck. We've been going out this the wrong way this entire time. Because I just let this motherfucker do whatever the hell he wanted. And a lot of these frauds never got accepted in the first place. You look at Don Da Don's creator, Gotcha Kuda's creator. Those motherfuckers had no fucking talent. All they could do was just draw. And that's it. They couldn't write a story for their lives. They couldn't even come up with a good enough pilot, you know, to get accepted in the magazine. They had to rely on their editor to push them and, you know, put the good word in for them. But they couldn't do that of their own talent. So that's another thing I'm starting to realize. I mean, I will say, these editors are very, very sneaky with how they operate, because they know that at this point the standards are low. The standards at this point is not the same as it was all those years ago, especially with digital format and, you know, the way the creation process is now. You know, you can get away with a lot more bullshit than ever before. And of course, as new generations come, the people of those new generation also get stupider by the moment, stupider by the day. They get dumber and dumber by the year. So they know, this is going to be real damn easy. Like, we can really make the most brainless content imaginable, and it'll work. You know, these frauds will still eat it up. And it's genius. It's a master plan. There's nothing they can do about it, because they'll still pick up that volume. They'll still go on that computer. They'll still open up that app and read that chapter. And there's nothing these frauds can do about it. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh man, it's hilarious, man. You know, seeing the magic behind it, you know, the science behind how these mangaka, how these editors be getting away with this, insulting their own readers in their faces, and they don't even realize it. You know, they're that fucking stupid. I'm like, holy shit, man. I mean, it takes balls to be able to do that. I mean, truthfully, man. Like, these creators really don't care. You know, back in the day, boy, they would be axed off immediately. Guarantee it. Axe off immediately. It wouldn't even be a second thought. It'll just be like, oh, get this fraud the fuck up on out of here. I don't want to see his bitch ass face in here. That's how it would go down back in the day, but no, not today. Nowadays, they realize, holy shit, we don't have to actually care about story anymore. We don't have to care about compelling characters. Just give them one-dimensional goals, one-dimensional personalities. Have the art looks as pretty as possible. Just have a bunch of fights, have a bunch of showdowns, and that's it. You know, just pretty art, pretty colors, and nothing else. Pretty inking, pretty shading. That's all they need. They don't need anything else to entertain you fools. They don't need to use their brain up top. They don't gotta do that. They can do that at a snap of a finger, flick of the wrist. That's all they gotta do. Because they know you're gonna consume it anyway. You're not gonna fight back. You're not gonna push back. You're still stuck in that matrix. But you see, people like me on higher levels than previously established, and we've been broken out the matrix. You know, we've been on that higher soul of existence, the higher plane of existence. We've obtained that great soul already. But you guys just haven't reached that level yet. And to be honest, I don't think it will ever happen, because, let's be honest, you guys have no aspirations, no motivations. You know, you guys are not going to do that. You can't do that. You refuse to do that. But why is it that you refuse? Why is it that you push back so much? I wonder why. I really wonder why. I really wonder why you can't get it together. Ah, man, it's a beautiful thing. It really is, to just see these losers still not get it, man. Still falling for the same one-trick pony song and dance. There's nothing they could do about it.